much for the interview. Aaron.
My pleasure. Thank you for taking the time.
For coming back.
Of course.
And for me as a Mexican, a Mexican TV program.
Okay.
The whole marijuana thing is something surprisingly huge and empowerment. I just talked with Laura about her magazine and how it's empowering women.
Right.
But now how it's changing the economy of our generation.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's an amazing moment. We're in this situation where, we are undoing a massive wrong. Cannabis has been stigmatized for no good reason for far too long. And we have this chance as Canadians, but also as global citizens, to fix that and to build an economy on the back of that, but to more importantly, make a thoughtful social change and build the culture that we think is right.
So for us, when we think about drugs in general and in Latin America, we believe that that's related with violence and with a lot of things.
Right.
So how can you say to us now that we must think about entertainment and enjoyment and pleasure? In terms of business.
Yeah, well, I think it's about harm reduction. It's been fairly well studied that when drugs are illegal, their potency actually goes up. There's this law of prohibition. So during prohibition, when a drug is illegal, its potency goes up because there's a risk premium in smuggling that drug. So you have to optimize for something that is too strong. Ultimately, it's not what consumers want, and that's dangerous. In addition to that, an illegal system doesn't control who uses that product. And if we think about something like cannabis, it is not good for the developing brain. Psychoactives generally are not good for the developing brain. The drug war has not worked, and so we need to take another approach. And so the approach of legalization should ultimately bring harm reduction, should ultimately bring safer experiences. And I think that's what we have to all opt into together, while recognizing that we are in a turbulent time, and that drugs have been demonized and a black market has developed. And that black market has ultimately not been good for society in many, many ways. So here is a chance to undo that.
What would be your recommendation to the people in Mexico, just to open the debate, just to take off the mask and assume it? What do you think is like the most important matter, at least in, Latin America, to just go with the flow as you are doing it?
I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily fair to say go with the flow. I think it's reasonable to take a big step back and look at what is working and not working. And the drug war has not worked. I mean, that's part of why we're in the situation we're in. And if a country like Uruguay can take a progressive approach and be thoughtful and controlled about how they legalize cannabis, we know that it's possible. And given that the drug war hasn't worked, what are all alternatives? So I think it's worth having a debate, having an open, honest discussion about what is working and what we need to fix.
Do you think that in probably 10 years we'll have the metrics, a very segmented audience? What do you think that the industry is going to build in 10 years of legalization?
Say that again, sorry?
That in 10 years you're going to have numbers of selling, of audiences, of the whole industry. How is going to be built with those numbers in 10 years?
I mean, I think ultimately in 10 years we will see cannabis as something that's normal. The idea that it's not normal is based on stigma, it's based on lies. And I think cannabis can sit alongside alcohol or coffee or these other psychoactives that exist in our society. And I think in 10 years we will see that. We will see cannabis integrated. We will see a world where you could go to a bar, and at that bar you could choose to drink a beer, or potentially you could choose to drink a cannabis-based drink that has no alcohol in it, that doesn't give you a hangover, that doesn't have any calories, but can allow you to have a similar or even better experience. And we will see that point come within 10 years. I think that future is around the corner.
Do you think that another drug is going to take its place of the marijuana, that is going to be probably legalized in probably 10 or 5 years?
That I don't know, but you can look to a country like Portugal that has decriminalized virtually all drugs as a potential model for other societies.
And I was speaking with Laura about the processes of the cultivation that it's going to be quite strict. And a lot of people is following the trend of becoming or integrating in the industry. Do you think that that flow is going to stop at some point? That some business are going to change? So how do you think that the people is understanding this trend in terms of business?
I think there's lots of opportunity, and I think we're going through both a social change and an economic change, ultimately a cultural movement. And the opportunity to participate in that, and something that will never happen again in Canada, is a powerful moment. I'm personally excited about the opportunity for Canada to lead the world in legalization. And I think a lot about how, as a country, we can do some real good around the world.
Are we responsible enough to consider the consequences? I know no one's have been the cause of the death is not marijuana, but do you think that the responsibility in our hands is enough for us? It's just it's something that we can handle as a society.
I mean, you tell me, why can we handle alcohol and not cannabis? Right? Why can we handle tobacco and not cannabis? We can be a mature, thoughtful society and respect our ability to manage ourselves. And to me, the legalization of cannabis is both an understanding that as a mature, thoughtful society we can make those decisions, and also recognition that the drug war has not worked.
And well, for Latin America, do you have any final thought about how are we going to shape, or do you imagine that industry in Latin America in a few times?
Of course I see the potential there. Think of somewhere like Colombia. They have a burgeoning medical cannabis business. And Colombia, which is otherwise an incredibly powerful agricultural country that can create and export great agricultural products, has amazing opportunities in cannabis as well, as does Uruguay, as do many, many countries. So I think there's a role in the global economy for a lot of countries.
Which countries are your model to follow? A part of Amsterdam, but which other countries are making the right things for the commercialization?
I mean, I think Canada's leading the way. I think we put in place a very thoughtful and structured system that has an immense amount, or actually that has the right amount of regulation, and I think that Canada's created a great model that I think will really help lead the world and create this petri dish for us to study and understand the legalization of cannabis.
What would you say that's the future of cannabis in terms of mixing with technology, of cultivation and selling? How do you see it?
I think use has already evolved quickly. In the US, where cannabis is legal in certain states, the majority of consumption is already non-flower, non-bud, vape pens and edibles and extracts. And so I think the improvement in that technology to allow consumers more refined experiences will make a meaningful difference to the cannabis economy and how consumers use cannabis.
You're using the word experience so much. How would you, I mean, a lot of businesses use that experience, even the Cirque du Soleil are creating experiences. So how do you think that experience is going to build the business of marijuana, or how do you think is it an experience for the people who's consuming it, or just
We think a lot about education. For us, it's really about education. When I talk about experience, I talk about education. I think for whether it's Canadians or people in Latin America, people all around the world, ultimately there's lots of education to be done around cannabis because of the stigma, because of the misinformation over time. And we have a responsibility, I think, as a company to help educate consumers. I think that's our job. That's why we exist, to help consumers understand how cannabis could affect them, to help them understand how they could potentially use cannabis, to help them understand what the legalization of cannabis means for them.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.